go outside, bud. I just want to first start by saying that this car cover, the actual Type R cover from Honda, amazing cover. Fits like a glove. Really keeps the car dry when it rains. But I mean, I've tried a lot of car covers in the past, and I've bought aftermarket ones. I've bought ones from the actual manufacturer, and they've really never been that great. But this one, I have to say, is excellent. Let's open the garage. Before we get into the main part of the video, I just want to kind of go over a few things for future videos, I guess, because I've been kind of hoarding parts, and we're just kind of waiting. I was just kind of waiting for the weather to get nice, and now that it's going to be sunny, looks like for the rest of the year, looks like we're good to go to install all this stuff. So I guess first of all, for the STI hatchback here, I have a, I think it's RGP, I think it is, carbon fiber. Kind of, I guess, I don't really know what to call it. I guess kind of like a duckbill almost for the little OEM spoiler at the top of the hatch. It is full carbon, which is actually nice to see. And I think it installs with just 3M tape here, which we got. But I'm always a little iffy about installing parts like this with just 3M tape or with just adhesive. So we'll see what we can do. But if it really does hold and it looks like we're not gonna have a problem, we'll probably just use the 3M tape. Oh, down here we got a bunch of stuff for the truck. I did pick up a new truck. I kind of was missing my old one, and not having a vehicle that I can kind of haul stuff around and was kind of getting annoying. So I did pick up a new truck. So we do have a King 2.5 lift. Coilover suspension kit for the new truck, Total Chaos upper control arms, and we have some new wheels here for the truck, which I'm going to keep secret, but I think you guys are really going to like them. So I'll give you guys a hint. These are the lug nuts for Focus. These are the lug nuts for the new truck wheels. So that gives you a hint of what they might be. Leave a comment below. I was able to source another Cosworth manifold. I have one right now on the 2021 STI that's been covered in the garage for months now. Focus, I don't know why it's not focusing, but yeah, the car's been covered for a while. The battery died in it. I was using an anti-gravity battery in the VA, but it died, and those batteries are supposed to be, well, they're not supposed to die like that. You can't jump start them like a normal battery. You can't trickle charge it like a normal battery, but it does have a kind of internal system built in for where it won't go below a certain threshold, and it will stop the draw from the car. So it should always start up, but it didn't. So now I'm kind of in dispute with anti-gravity because the battery's like, you know, $600-700, and it's more the principle of the matter. I don't really want to pay for a battery that, you know, didn't do what their kind of main selling point is of the, you know, is for the batteries, and it didn't really work. So I'm kind of waiting to hear back from them. The garage does look a little cluttered. I'm sorry about all this. We do have new shelves coming in and a lot of new stuff coming in for the garage. We're going to kind of clean this up. By the way, if anyone in the LA area wants a, it's my OEM downpipe out of my 2012 STI. I think the cat's bad, but if you just want to come pick it up and try it out, you're more than welcome. So let me know. I'm trying to keep the new wheels for the Type R out of the shot. You might have seen them, but I do have new wheels for the Type R. We are going to be putting those on. I did get the Black Edition 3 TE37. I think they're 18 by 9.5 plus 43 that are on the Type R right now. I do like them. I've never really been a fan of black wheels, and I tried to convince myself that the black wheels would look good, and I love them, but I don't really know. So I did pick up a new set of wheels. So we have that to look forward to. Oh, I forgot about these little carbon fiber caps for the STI hatch side mirrors. I know a lot of people just kind of argue you should just get, you know, full carbon fiber mirrors, but I like the functionality of the OEM mirrors. I don't really want to ruin it, so I figured, you know, just for the look and to add a little color contrast to the car, I picked those up. Same company. I think it's RGP Carbon. I hope I'm getting that right. I have to look it up. But yeah, hopefully soon all this will be decluttered and we can get all this. Oh, the Type R OEM wheels. I actually really do like the OEM wheels. I don't really know what to do with them. Obviously, I'm not going to sell them. But, you know, one day I might throw them back on the car. who knows? But for now, they're just gonna sit. So so yeah, that's kind of a little update on the garage. We're just kind of waiting to get some stuff in the mail, some of the big Saber cabinets that I have ordered and all the stuff. So things are kind of slowly coming in. We know with shortages around the world, things are just taking a long time, and it's just kind of taken forever. But we're gonna get the garage up and running and kind of up to my standards, I guess. But on to the real reason why you're here and why you clicked on the video. There has been some problems going on the production line for Honda. So they have halted the production of the new Type R. I don't know for how long they're going to stop production, but as of right now, they are not making any new ones. And the reason is, let's actually get the car cover off this. I do love this car cover, but it is heavy. Damn it. I don't have the key. Hold on. Got the key. By the way, sorry for my absence a little bit. I was a little kind of going through some, well, let's just say I had some mishaps and I dropped the camera and I went to film the spoon brake line install, which is actually pretty easy, but there were a couple of things that came up. But when I went to upload the video to, or to upload the file to the computer, the file was corrupt and I shot it again, not realizing that it was actually the camera that was broken. I figured it might just been the SD card or something, so I switched it out. Everything seemed to be running. The SD card was reading on the card. It said it was recording. So I filmed the video, everything, or let's just say nothing seemed to be really coming through to the card, and I don't think it was any of the SD card's fault. The camera I used to be using was it was a Sony A7R, the original one. I don't really know when that came out, but I know I had the camera for a long time, probably 6-7 years. And I used it quite a bit, mostly for photos, some film, but I used it a lot. And I think after it fell, and it did fall onto the hardwood, unfortunately not onto the carpet. I'm not really sure what happened, but something just broke. Hey, bud. And I was a little annoyed and frustrated that this had happened, so I just kind of put everything off again. And I will go back over the spoon brake line install. It was very easy. The only problem I really had was the where the lines kind of mount up to the tab that holds the brake line out of the way and then just kind of holds it up. That bolt from the factory was on there. It was very, very tight. It was so tight that it was actually bending the tab, and I was afraid of it snapping off. So with a little brute force, I did manage to get it off, but that was literally the only tricky part. Let's open the car here. So the main reason, or I guess the only reason why Honda actually stopped production on the Civic Type R is because I guess there is a bad seat weld. I don't know what seat corner it's on or if it's multiple welds, but apparently the seat squeaks. Hey, bud. Apparently the seat squeaks, and I kind of was testing it. I was shaking it back and forth. I even went on a pretty spirited drive the other day and was kind of hucking the turns pretty tight just to see if I would hear anything or feel anything or if anything would come loose, and nothing did. I don't know if it's because mine's a fairly early production run of these cars. Like I said, I have number 830. Not super low, but in the first 1,000, and from what I've seen, the people who have been complaining, their car numbers are upwards of maybe 2,500 to 3,000. And maybe something went wrong on the line around there, and the seat welds just weren't up to par from the factory. I don't know. People have also been complaining about squeaky dashboards, just kind of rattling everything in the car. And I went in and I shook things, and I kind of just seeing if anything would make noise or come loose, and everything seems pretty snug. There's no noise. Even when I drive the car, I have all the windows up. It's very quiet. So I'm praying that I'm one of the lucky ones who got a car from the factory where there's no problems, and I don't have to bring the car in for the recall and get a new seat or anything. But that is why they stopped the production on the new Civic. Hopefully they do start up again. I can imagine it's going to be a fairly easy fix at the factory, and they're going to start up again. But they did have to make a public announcement that they did stop because of this problem. Obviously, it is a pretty major problem. If you're in a car accident and let's say the seat, just snap, I mean, who knows what could happen? You could end up, you know, into the windshield. You could, you know, you have to be bolted down, obviously, for safety. So this is something that Honda has to take very seriously. Hopefully it's a very easy fix, and hopefully, like I said, my car is not one of the unlucky ones that has this problem. So fingers crossed, I guess. Yeah, I'm sitting in the seat and I'm like really kind of shaking it, and the whole car is shaking actually, and you know, the seat doesn't actually, there's no noise coming from it. How ironic would that be if I'm testing it right now on camera and it's fucking welds just snap. Yeah, I don't know. People have been complaining too, I guess, that like some stuff up here has been rattling, but like, I don't know, I don't want to break it obviously, but you know, I'll give it a little good tug, and nothing really seems loose. I'm not hearing anything. You know, there's no squeaks from any of the trim panels or anything really. Steering column is nice and tight. No squeaking or rattling or anything like that. So hopefully we are one of the lucky ones and there is nothing wrong with this car. Like I said, number 830 from the factory. I don't know if, I mean, obviously I'm just speculating here. I don't know if the actual, you know, earlier cars like this or might not have the problem, but who knows? I don't know. So I'm just praying that one day I'm not driving and my seat welds don't snap on me, and all of a sudden I have a big problem and I have to take it in. And who knows how long it takes to get a new seat from the factory, because I've been waiting on the plastic wind deflectors here for a long time now, and I can imagine getting a brand new Type R factory seat is going to be a while, unless obviously the recall, you know, I guess it just depends on how seriously they handle the recall. But in the past few years since the pandemic, you know, things from most car manufacturers have been pretty slow, and I don't know if that's due to shortages, you know, just supply shortages around the world, but things have kind of been, you know, trickling in at a snail's pace. So fingers crossed. I think we're gonna take the car out soon for another kind of POV style video drive. I want to take it up to the canyons now that it's sunny and the snow is gone and everything is dry, and we can kind of really stretch her legs and see what she's capable of. I know Dustin Williams made a video. I think he dynoed the car, and I'm not exactly sure what the numbers it made, but I think it was actually pretty good. So really hoping to see, and really hoping to show you guys soon what this car's capable of in the canyons here, and we'll get that video made soon. One thing before I end the video, I was able to source another set of these OG Volk center caps for the wheels for the Type R. I do need to find a set of wheel kind of like hub rim adapters that will accept these. I think there's a company called HD Works that makes them, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and order those so I can put these on when I get the new wheels on. But yeah, that is about it as of now for the Type R. I do have a couple more parts. I do have a spoon clutch line, I think it is, and a few other small things, but you know, the market's kind of slim right now. I think Apexi just put out their dual tip exhaust for the FL5, and I think it does reuse the OEM valve, so you can still control it, you know, according to what drive mode you're in. I think I personally am gonna wait for the spoon exhaust. I kind of like the way that one looks, and honestly I drive the car in R mode all the time anyways, so the valve's pretty much opened the whole time. So I'm not gonna throw away or get rid of the stock exhaust, so I can always put it back on. But I think I am gonna wait for the spoon exhaust. I've been kind of seeing photos of all the companies now, pretty much finished look of what all their exhausts will look like, and I think I'm leaning towards the spoon exhaust. I do really like the Apexi exhaust that they just put out. I think it does look cool, and I did go on their website to see if it was available, and obviously it's sold out. So even if I wanted it, I couldn't get it right now. But for now, yeah, I think we're gonna go with the spoon exhaust when they release it, and I'm gonna try and be one of the first ones to get it so we can get it on the car ASAP and get that video up for you guys. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that answered a couple questions on why Honda stopped the production on the new Type R. I mean, I realistically think it's going to be a very quick fix, and they're going to have production up and running very soon. I think it's mostly about figuring out all the cars that were sold with this problem and making sure that all those cars are taken care of, because those are the ones that they really have to worry about. They can obviously fix their problem on the line, and like they're doing, they're halting production so they can fix their problem at the source, so that every car coming off the line now will be good to go. It's more about figuring out who's already bought a Type R and who's experiencing the problem now, and that's going to be their main focus, is getting those cars back in, getting the new seats in and getting them back to the owners, and making sure there's no liability, making sure no one's catastrophically hurt because their seat decides to separate from the car. So like I said, guys, that's going to do it. If you liked the video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.